Test, test, test. Test, test. Test, test. Okay, check, check, check. Okay, check, check, check. Okay, guys, so we're on. Anyway, I can see the chat, so if there's anything wrong, just please let me know. So we're gonna try to level up our sword. Yeah. So I'm trying to. I barely have any material, so I have to farm some legendaries that I can throw away. And actually, I do need a devious heart because my devious hearts are all. Yeah, I have a ring that can use a devious heart. So maybe let's do that first. This seems like a good place as any. No, this one. So let's try it. So you guys have to bear with me. Please forgive the lack of bells and whistles in the stream because I'm using limited hardware.
I cannot do that here.
So, but hopefully the game itself is watchable enough. So I'm still trying to figure out if I can show my face because it's very risky as a targeted individual to show my face. Although these people who are targeting me already know my face, so it's not. There's really no use hiding it from them. It's but I'm just. But they can do all kinds of stuff. Anyway, uh, anyway, I'm here if you guys have anything you'd like to say. But most of all, I hope we can enjoy a little bit of Sorcerer gameplay. I'm actually kind of underpowered because I leveled too much too fast. My equipment hasn't caught up with my level yet.
Mana.
Actually, I had a hard time finishing the capstone, but I did. So, yay to me. So usually I wouldn't need to use my ultimate on Rabble like this, but it is what it is. It's actually kind of demeaning to have to use your ultimate on trashy mobs, or even elite led mobs like this. But alas, until you get some improved gear
Out of mana
and
I need time
parts, yeah, malignant parts, you have to do what you have to do.
Out of mana once
Again, guys, the chat is visible to me if you guys want to interact, but if not, that's cool.
I'm out of mana.
Again, for use of our ultimate, if we have to. Yeah, sometimes I feel it's kind of wasted because the enemies kind of die too easily sometimes with my ult. By the way, I have a build guide on this. It's one of the videos on my channel. I'm still in the process of connecting Nightbot to my YouTube stream, so I don't have any of the automated functionalities yet.
Out of mana once
I'm
again.
probably just streaming to the
I need time
perps.
to prepare
Perps is
that.
what we call people who participate in targeting. But it's okay, they're welcome to watch. It's not like they're welcome as long as they're just gonna watch. They can even they can also interact if they want to, so it's civil and
Out of
tasteful.
mana once again. I need time.
They know what I mean. Sometimes some of them are too enthusiastic, let's put it that way, in their role. It's the perfect avenue for them to quote unquote express themselves in the manner that is following their nature. But to each his own, They're free to choose the lives they live. Anyway, alright. So
I'm not ready yet.
we're taking a bit longer than I'd like to be. I think we're still severely underpowered. We're what? Why? I'm kind of weirded out. Why is the dungeon level 55? No wonder we're taking too long. We're supposed to be able to.
Low on pressure.
That's weird. Yeah, is it because we're in World Tier 3? Is that why we're running into dungeons at our 55th level? That's interesting. And I'm gonna try the rest. At least I'm gonna try to. Man, they're really what I like in Diablo 3. One of the things I like there is one of the sorcerer builds you can do there, or wizard builds you can do there is it's like the lightning build wherein your basic ability is lightning shooting out from your hands. That's really what I miss. Spark is kind of like that. I guess it's in keeping more with the flavor of a sorcerer using O1 for the lightning. Sure, that's very reasonable. But I like the fantasy of like a Sith Lord with lightning coming out of your hands, your ass, and your eyes. Kidding. Out of your hands. So, by the way, guys, let me know. I'm kind of far from the mic. Maybe I'll increase the volume so that I can lay back and still be heard. But I don't want it to get too loud. Oh, by the way, since I'm online, you should look out also for Asian Robot, because he usually streams the same time as me, which is kind of odd for a guy claiming to. I mean, he's from Singapore, that's why it's kind of odd. But if he wants to do that, he's free. But I do like his attitude though of he wants to stay away from drama. That's good. I hope that's true. We all should avoid drama. So kudos to him. You should check out his channel. I haven't really watched him, but I think it's a decent enough channel for Diablo content. And he played Dark Tide, which is for me interesting because I also am curious about that game. Yeah, actually, I almost watched one of his Dark Tide videos. Only reason I didn't was I had another thing that I had to do earlier, but if I had time and if my backlog of things to do gets a little shorter, that the list gets shorter, I'd be checking out some of his Dark Tide videos. I think he's a real subject matter expert for Dark Tide, which I think is an underrated game. I mean, the 40k universe I think is really interesting, although it's kind of pricey. That's the only hurdle. I think they know that. I think it's meant to be that way. So, but if somehow they can make the price more accessible to less rich people, I'm sure more people would flock to the 40k universe. I, for one, I think it's a good fictional universe. It has its place. It has its. I'm not gonna say niche because it has lots of people are really interested in it, but it's it's an acquired taste. I mean, it's more of a war gamers game, which I am, or at least I'd like to think so. And I actually, just to tell you guys how much of a 40k player I am, they had the game way back 25 years ago, um, called Space Hulk, the real old version, the first version, not the one that you see on Steam now, because that's like a new version. They had an old version of Space Hulk, wherein they introduced the Dark Angels chapter. That's why the Dark Angels chapter is my favorite chapter in 40k, because of that game. I really like the backstory. It's very compelling. Actually, I think what is underrated is not the 40k universe or the tabletop game itself, but the role playing game. I mean, I'm not. I haven't had the chance to play too much because, like I said, it's expensive. Not too many people to play with the RPG. I mean, but I think I have a feeling it's a good RPG game. It's just that, and even if it's not, I feel that it hasn't been played enough for it to be given a fair evaluation. So I'd really like to play Warhammer RPG. I mean, the if you're tired of the usual heroic goody little two shoe fantasy roleplay, 40k universe is good because the moral compass there is more complex. It's not just simple good versus evil. I mean, that's still generally
I need time to prepare.
the theme, but the the people in it are not so easily defined. You can't easily categorize them if they're good or evil, you know. So it's interesting for me because it reflects what the world is. I mean, it's easy to know if a person is good and evil, but the thing is, we live in a society, and our society sometimes gives fake or inaccurate layers to define us in the eyes of other people. So, although for us, we know if we're good and evil, it's easy, but we're viewed upon not necessarily as who we really are. So that's very interesting. It's very interesting to me, especially since it's very relatable and very true to life. That kind of situation. So, what do you guys think? I think we're kind of doing okay-ish. Okay. Yeah, if any, I mean, man, they should really commission a Warhammer RPG. Me, if I had the resources, if someone would, I mean, it's a moonshot, but if someone would finance it, I'd be willing to make like Warhammer RPG, straight up. I think it'd be a good game to make. I mean, of course, to have a final evaluation, I need to actually have some significant time playing the game, because all I've done so far is like read some books about. I mean, read not this. I read a lot of their fiction, their narrative fiction, but what I mean is, I read some rule books about their RPG games, and I think what I read were older editions, so you have to check out the new ones. But again, I can't buy that because it's kind of expensive. It's not like I'm even monetized yet. But if I do get monetized, for sure I'm gonna buy that, and because I can, assuming I can charge it as a business expense. It's something good. It's not too. I'm surprised not too many people have explored it. So recently, in the recent like half a decade, the Warhammer fantasy Warhammer universe itself has been kind of explored well by the Total War gaming series. Because kudos to them. Actually, when I first saw Total War around a decade ago, I kind of thought that it would be good if they could take on something like Warhammer. Although at the time I really didn't think they'd do it, because during that time they were more of a historical war simulator. They've only took on historical armies and historical conflicts, historical settings. But I thought to myself, if they would do fantasy, they would do justice to Warhammer. And a few years after, I mean, a decade or so after, they did just that, and it was a hit, right? So we need something. We need the RPG version of that. Uh, I mean, what I forgot what the company was. The one who made Total War. I forgot their name. But we need a guy. We need a developer studio who will do for Warhammer 40K RPG, or even the fantasy RPG, what the guys who made Total War did for Warhammer Fantasy Battles. You know, the Dawn of War series is also good, at least this up to the second one, in my personal experience, because I haven't really played the third one much yet. Although I've read that it kind of departed from the former from the formula of the second game. But anyways, this is a Diablo game, so we should be talking Diablo. So let me check something real quick. Okay, 2 views. So if two people are viewing me at the same time and two at the time, it gives me the impression that the perps are watching. Anyway, okay, then they'll just have to listen to my stories, which would probably be uninteresting to them. I mean, well, hey, it's part of their job. They're getting paid for it, so So they should deal with it. Okay, I like getting elixirs. We need some of these. So did you guys see, if I'm focus firing on a single target and the chain lightning bounces off me and bounces only off of me and that single target, my mana is almost infinite, or at least I have a lot of. I get to cast a lot of chain lightnings before I run out. And if I use a okay, because I had a I even had a an aspect in one of my rings before wherein if I use a cooldown ability, it gives me mana. So that's also cool. Because for this build to really shine, you have to be able to spam chain lightning as much as you want. Especially since Spark is kind of an underperformer compared to Arclash. The only reason I'm not using Arclash is because if you're gonna use Arclash, you might as well go for a stun build of some sort. And at this low level, with my points being limited and all, I don't think that's a good move right now. So since I'm not gonna be able to capitalize on the stunts anyway, it's kind of useless for me to choose Arclash because first of all, it's kind of a short range ability. It's not even long range, so you immediately have that kind of like limitation. And for God's sake, you're a magic user. You are supposedly firing from a very far position. You are supposed to be doing this long range. You're not supposed to go toe to toe. I mean, the rogue, in my belief, also shouldn't go toe to toe, but they have at least abilities that enable you to acquit yourself well when you're in melee range. But that simply does not exist for the sword. It's not, I mean, it would be bad design, I guess, if they made it as a regular thing. I mean, sure, there's Arclash, but that can't really save your ass from a powerful enough mob. It's more of a it serves more as an ability to proc, right? Your stuns to do crowd control stuff, if I'm not mistaken. Because I haven't played the ice version of Sorc yet. I mean, I use ice armor, but you know, that's it. Give me guys a moment. Okay, so let's check. So have we slay? Alright, so we haven't killed the main bad yet, but we already know where he is. They were actually strapped for resources, so you're gonna be kind of what's the word I'm looking for? We're gonna be we're gonna nickel and dime this thing, you know, because we need the resources. I barely even have what do you call that? Build crystals for upgrading my equipment, so we can't afford to be snobbish on these small hauls of gold, small pockets of gold, or even equipment. Okay, so let's just, you know, refill our potions and then go back. Alright. And I'm kind of surprised about the kinds of cosmetics they have in the base game for Sorcerer. They kind of look like they kind of look silly to me. I mean, there it looks like uh kind of Middle Eastern uh, aesthetically. It's like you look like a grand vizier. Am I pronouncing that right? That's how most of your that's what
Any
most
time
of the
to
options in the wardrobe looks like. So it's kind of weird to me. I'm not. I don't like it. I mean, I'm sure it's not ugly. I just don't. It's just not for. It's just not my taste. Let's put it at that. And this poison thing is. Why am I? Why am I like duking it out with a guy 11 levels higher than me? This is not a nightmare dungeon. It's not supposed to be like this. Why can't I get a dungeon that's nearer? Is it really like this? Is it because I'm in World Tier 3? Can you guys let me know? Because I'm kind of weirded out. And I'm gonna fry your ass. Wow, I didn't even know I'm in range. I was in range of that, like, pussy juice explosion. Pussy juice, that's kind of harsh. I didn't know. Anyway, you guys saw it. It's recorded. Alright, so now we have to do it out with him in his aggravated malignant form. Do I wait for my currents first? Because guys, it's gonna be one hell of a fight. Capture the malignant heart. Yeah, I'm gonna capture it, but just waiting for. Okay, let's wait for a bit. Okay, let's wait for my. This is so cheesy. I don't like playing like this. Although, it's not. I'm not sure it's part of the design for you to wait around like this. But then again, it's also just being practical and using your common sense, right? Oh, there's no more. Oh, okay. So I bought the malignant version already. All right. So we waited around for practically nothing. Sorry about that. Wrathful, vicious. What do I need? I need devious. So
locked.
okay, I can't. Vicious, malignant, invoker. Okay, let's get some invokers. These guys are. Since we're here already, let's get some invokers, shall we? Let's get that party started. All right, guys. Oh wait, let me real quick do a attention seeking move. Let me just tell everybody that I'm here wasting. Let me real quick. Oh, I do a attention seeking move. Let me just tell everybody that I'm here to waste their time. I'm here wasting. Let me real quick. Oh, I do a attention seeking move. Let me just tell everybody that I'm here to waste their time. I'm here wasting. Let me real quick. Okay, sorry for the echoes. I wanted to know how I'm sounding like. So let me just. What is this? Sorcerer. Sorcerer. Okay. That's not too good of a tweet. Let me delete that and post it again. It's weird that you can't edit your tweets. I find that a bit weird. There we go. That should be a little bit better. Now let's go to the freaking public uh, places. Sorry guys, let me just give you guys just a quick minute here. Let me just do some stuff. All right, so let's just be quick. I'm just gonna be yeah, yeah, I know. I'm doing it quickly. Okay, media. All right. And then here. All right. And lastly, okay. So that should do it for our homework. Right, let me just check if we're still up. Okay, we are. Right, let's go. Since only the perps are watching me, then I think they'll appreciate it if it's, or rather, let me put it this way: it's in both our interest if I don't tell as many stories. Damage reduction, total armor. Yeah, that I want that, but I need a brutal one. Suppressed when you use it. What? All suppressed damage. What? This is dope. What do you currently have? Dungeon Elite grants you a barrier. So this is interesting. Okay. So why are we keeping this for? The critical strike? But there's no chain lightning. Choices. Rank of incinerate. Yeah, you're not gonna be useful. Alright, so we're essentially farming 10 levels higher than our current level. What was that? Why didn't I get in? Okay, that's kind of stingy. So what about these other stuff? So looks like to me like I'm farming way ahead of my pay grade. I can't even use the loot I'm getting. That's kind of weird. That's strange. Where's the... Because what's the point of farming if I can't use the loot? The loot. Alright. So... Hmm. Oh, what's that? Okay, so it's... Alright. So come to Papa. This is kind of satisfying, you know, for your ultimate to have killed all of them just just at the right amount. You know, it's not overkill. You didn't like blow past them. You, you know, it's just right. Invoker, vicious, malignant, invoker, wrathful. Right, the one's wrathful. Wait, what do I freaking need? I don't need brutal one. Vicious one. Yeah, that's a vicious one. I crafted a vicious invoker. Okay, let's craft the other one too. I feel like we're... Oh, you can have your stash. Oh, that's good. I didn't know that. So you can use your stash here. So I'm gonna be like a chump and use the money I barely have to put this stuff here. And this is what you gain barrier after taking 44 6 44 6 49, so one of them can go. Obviously it's the lower one, and I have a new one. Okay, you go here and you go there. Stash management 101, as if. Alright, so this one is actually better than what I have. Okay, you go there. And this freaking wand, I just upgraded mine, but I shouldn't be complaining. This is kind of a bit more powerful in raw damage. Does it have my ult? Okay, just stay there for now. Stay there for now. Wait for a second. Yeah, you are obsolete, my friend. You have to go. Yeah, this. I think this is obsolete too. Yeah, if you guys are wondering why I'm keeping all of this shit, it's because I might need them in the future. I don't want to be in a position to be looking for them later. So I still have the shitty gems, so that's interesting. Interesting. I'm gonna tell you guys a funny story. I posted a video about PoE having a an awesome feature that I think would pull a lot of people from D4. And the whole point of the video was that feature was awesome, and I think it's gonna attract a lot of high skilled top tier players away from D4 towards PoE, or at least would entice them to play PoE more, if not abandon D4 completely. And like people was some of one, or at least one of the commenters was trying to frame it. Oh, wait, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. So that video is about that, about what happened to my portal. What happened to my portal? How did I? How can you close a portal? Can another person close the portal for you? Anyway, let's just go back. So yeah, so the video was just me being amazed at something that PoE was a mechanic that PoE showed off that they were gonna have in the final game. So the point is that if Blizzard can't match that, or if they, I mean, whether they do something or not, it's gonna be, I think, it's gonna be attracting top tier players. And if so, they should do something about it, or else some of those players might be inclined to play PoE more, which is fine if they don't mind. But anyway, the point of the video is there's a new feature that I think is better than what Diablo has, and that Diablo should either make something like it, because PoE adopted the good graphics, did their homework, and is trying to do what Diablo 4 did well, which are the graphics and the snappy and smooth combat slash gameplay. So yeah, but the thing is, okay, so it seems you're gonna have to do the dungeon again. That's weird. That is very weird. I don't think I want to do that as of yet. Yeah, no, it's, it's not cool. Anyway, so one commentator said that it's okay for a group of people to be playing PoE and another group of people to play D4, and they found that weird because the my point wasn't that a person can only play one of those games. I mean, come on, you'd have to be a complete dumbbell to think that way, because what's stopping that player from playing both games? Why does it even have to have a partition? You know, I mean, of course, both games have their own strengths and appeal to each has its own appeal to a certain demographic of players. I get that, and I guess it's reasonable to assume that each would have its own unique loyal following, but it doesn't necessarily mean, but be that as it may, it doesn't necessarily mean that one can only play one of the games. I mean, I'm not approaching it from that perspective. I'm on the assumption that you, as a rational actor, can choose to play both. Nothing is stopping you if you are smart enough to do your calculus in your university days. You can, as damn as sure as hell, play PoE. PoE can't be harder than the calculus course. Believe me. Believe you me. We don't call it Hell Week. We call it Hell Week for a reason. We call the math building the slaughterhouse for a reason. You know. Anyway, that's my point is, I'm not saying that you playing one automatically excludes you from playing the other. That's a silly take. I mean, you're free to have that take, but why would you assume that everyone would think that way? Why would you make that assumption that I, I'm implying that only one game can be played by person? Why not both? People have brains. They can choose to play both. They are intelligent enough to play both. Okay, so I'm in an area where the minimum level is 55. So it's suggesting that I go back, because here's the conundrum. I have to gear up to enable my character to better handle this area. But the thing is, the loot I'm getting has a level requirement that's above my level, which is 44. So we're kind of in a catch 22 situation here. So what do we do then? Do we go back to, you know, World Tier 2, that feels sucky. You already are in World Tier 3. It feels sucky to go back to World Tier 4. So how can I empower my character to handle this without getting new gear? So it seems I just have to blindly level up, which is also hard because I am finding it hard to deal with them. And now these, I'm being asked to do a nightmare dungeon tier 1, which is what? Oh, I guess this is better because tier 1 is what? Level 53 monsters? So I guess it's still lower than the ones I'm fighting now. Okay, let's give it a try. Let's give it a try. Sure. Let me. Sorry, these guys. Let me know if the mic is too. I mean, since perps are the only one watching this, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. So yo, perps, please let me know if you would care to do it. If my mic is too.
I cannot do that.
The volume's too low. My mic is not too well. Too well. That's the wrong grammar. It's not, if my mic is not picking my voice loud enough. That's the right phrase. Let me just check if my computer is being used as a cash machine. Alrighty then. Let's go back to the action. So I better not be too big dick swinging here because even though it's theoretically a lower level than what I was taking on earlier, it's still what? 10, 11 levels higher than me? Or 8 levels higher than me? So it's still not a cakewalk, guys. Still not a cakewalk. Okay, and then just chicken fry you guys. Because I'm on a schedule and you're fucking with it. Do you think Blizzard intentionally kept the sorcerer from having an animation that has him firing lightning from his hands, and at the same time, do you think that it was intentional that the wizard doesn't have like the traditional attire of wizards or sorcerers, which are heavy cloaks with hoods, heavy cloaks with hoods. They seem to not have that, which is weird for me. It seems like they were intentionally avoiding a certain stereotype for the wizard, which is cool because that stereotype fits a wizard. If you come to think about it, of course, I'm wanting to live out my fantasy of like playing a Sith Lord in Diablo 4. Of course, it's not really how this game should look like. But if you come to think about it, what the Sith Lords wear is kind of sorcerer-like looking, right? Because they have the heavy cloaks with the hood. They just don't have staffs because they're like tweaking physical specimens. And they like acrobatic shit and stuff. But all of the other stuff, they're demeanor. Oh, see, we almost got killed there. I didn't even know what hit us. That's shitty. You don't even know what hit you and almost died. That freaking makes me mad.
I'm not ready yet.
Oh, so it's always a freaking, what do you call this? Oh man, makes me wanna fry you. Oh, but okay, so I'm there with my revenge plot. trying to bench myself from getting fired upon and almost dying. Then we have this party pooper jump in. All of these pals, which I'm now gonna fry. Unlimited power!
Do not have any potions.
It's that line is so appropriate. And then the scene was also very appropriate because as he was saying that, he was forced lightning. He was throwing a forced lightning towards Mace window, which made him like fall out of the crash into the window and fall out from the building. That's like a masterpiece in storytelling and cinematography. Is that right? As he was saying, a limited power. You have a guy who's being electrocuted by force lightning, literally getting thrown off the building. That's rich. This was almost dead. Oh, come on. Now we have to do it all over again. That sucks. And he wasn't even... Was he the boss? Alright, anyway. Revives from main job. Oh, right. Revives. Okay, so it's weird. How do you... Sacred Gear had a level requirement of 50, right? So they're really forcing you to get to 50. They're trying to avoid you taking out their content too fast. I mean, I'm literally farming things that I can't use. It's weird.
Greetings. How shall I guide my hammer?
Greetings. See, look at this. I can't even use this, even if I wanted to. Just look at it. Can't use it. Just can't use it. It's literally of no practical use to me right now. So what's up? So by the way guys, in case you were wondering, this is more of a test stream. It's the first time I've done this, especially with me talking while streaming. So any comments are of course welcome, as long as it's game related. If you can't really help yourself, you can do personal attacks, but it's up to you. But of course, it'd be better if you kept things classy. Right. Okay, so I won't be goaded into using my ult prematurely. Okay, now that you've shown your ugly mug, then I'm gonna start throwing out my big guns. Fry him, chicken up, fry him. Okay, by the way guys, in case it hadn't occurred to you, there's a certain way to play this to maximize the scaling of your damage. Since many people would see this as kind of silly because you're missing out on some of the more, by following more or less strict shock-based build, you're missing out on some of the more popular and of course useful attributes or skills like flame shield, I think is what they use, and blizzard and such. Okay, so I'm deliberately doing that, guys. I mean, I'm aware of the existence of those more popular and useful abilities. But you know, since many people are already using that, so I'm less inclined to try it out because it's already been proven to work. So I'm only gonna do that, use that build if I'm like, if I'm wanting to like level fast or something. But generally, for me to enjoy myself, I want to try out new stuff. So, but of course, if I later on find out that this build really can't work, and you know, perhaps it's still not that uh, balanced yet, and it needs some further development, sure, I'll switch to the more tried and tested builds. But all I'm saying is, I want to give myself time to find out if the other builds can work too. Even if they don't work as well as the more established and common builds, you know? Wow, running from the... Okay, let's see if I can use this. See this shit. What's the use of getting... Okay, so at least I can use this on the next... Just look at it, for example. I'm expected to be carrying a sacred shit which are powered to be almost 700, and I'm using a freaking 525 powered weapon wand. So it's a miracle that I'm even able to last a minute with these guys. So what am I saying? I'm saying that this build looks like it's dope, or at least looks like it can, you know,
I'm not ready yet.
looks like it has potential. You know, it's not too bad. It's not too shabby. Sure, you have to have lots of going back and forth to the town because of your potion situation, but in terms of being able to dish out damage, I'm killing stuff that are 9, 10, 11, 12 times 12 levels higher than me, so I think it's not too bad, right? It's not like this is a rogue build or a tornado druid build, right? This is an off meta build. An off meta build, guys. That's what you want. An off meta freaking build. Because we want these are breaks. There is a proper time to, you know, copy others' work. You know, that I'm not saying that's unacceptable. All I'm saying is there's a time and place for everything. And since I'm not speed leveling here, I think it's okay to take my time and try to complete and nightmare that travel to the upper ward. So I'm not even supposed to be fighting these remaining guys. Man, that's really rich. First, I can't use the shit I can't use the shit I loot, and then I'm getting to fight guys I don't need to fight, and I'm not a war freak, so for me it's a waste of time. Let me give you guys another funny thing. You guys have heard that there has been hearings on Congress in the U.S., right, about UFOs. Yeah, you guys are aware of that, right? So in the off chance that they are really aliens, which seems more likely now since the government is like, you know, sort of admitted it, is it a good time to, you know, like put aside the differences even for a temporary period of time? I mean, of course, I know that some of our differences are really deeply rooted, and you know we have to really have a long sit and talk about them. There are really many things to be done to repair the damage. I get that. You know, I'm not unsympathetic with those things. But as rational actors, can't we, put them aside even temporarily and make sure first that we can survive whatever it is that's coming our way? Because I mean, I
I'm not
hope to
ready
God
yet.
that if these aliens are real, that they're not, that they're not, that they don't have a warlike disposition. Because if they do, man, man, oh man, I'm just, I don't think there are enough Elon Musks in the world or geniuses in the world to. And
I'm
even
not
if
ready
there
yet.
were enough geniuses in our world to ensure our survival, why do you want to tempt fate, right? Wouldn't you want to be as prepared as possible? So anyway, but maybe maybe they're mistaken. Maybe there are no little green men. What I'm saying is, uh, now more than ever, in a normal day, there are already a lot of reasons for us to, unite, so to
I'm
speak.
not ready yet.
I'm not saying you should all be similar, that we should all look alike, think alike. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is we should be able to be united even with our differences. I think a good illustration of that is the Vulcans' philosophy of infinite diversity and infinite combinations, and they mean that in a non-derogatory way. So I think that's pretty dope. That's how an advanced civilization should think. You know? Okay. All right. So we can use that. Use the wand. All right. That's good.
I
Finally,
need time to prepare.
some of the rope that's tying our hands are being cut. All right. All right. Sorry, you have to die. I'm sorry. Okay. Let me, guys, just grab a quick minute. All right. Wow, that was slow. Okay, let's look at our new toys. Damage, basic skill. But I have to. Let's see if I can have a
I
priest
cannot
bless
do that
this
here.
shit. Let's see if we can put a. I'm not sure I have materials left because I did a couple of upgrades. This is my favorite. Oh, it's gonna take all of our. It's kind of powerful though. It's a sacred item, It's near the 725 mark. So it's not like we are Legends Mastery. I don't have many mastery skills. And this guy amps my core skills, but this guy is just a lot stronger than what I currently have. It's very tempting. Okay, why don't we do this? Why don't we use total strength, frost damage? What do I have here? Shock. Yeah, I'm gonna give up some of my shock damage. Why don't we do this? Why don't I use the stronger wand, you know, in the meantime, without it being imbued first, right? So let's see.
What's still got some good in it?
I don't even have crystals. That's really rich. That's really rich, guys. It's really. Don't we have any world bosses laying around here? What is this? Oh, see, ask and you shall receive. That's good, but let's finish this shit. Alright. Uh, wait, let's first look at the. Hey guys, I'm doing subscriber. Okay, so where were we? Alright, let's. Oh, let me just change my earpiece. So, okay, so we have to collect anima. Alright, so that's where we are. Let's try to pick up the pace a little bit. Alright.
I'm not ready yet.
Okay, these wallers are really starting to look like they're cheating a little bit because the chain lightning is supposed to just bounce off me and them, but since they have their wall thingies, they're using that as a proxy to attract the bounce of the chain lightning, which is weird because why would the chain lightning bounce to an inanimate object? I mean, yeah, I guess they could, but if you're selling the ability to be a targeting ability, then it should just go to targets, right? And there's no reason for you to target the wall, I think. It's kind of weird and counterintuitive and fluff breaking. Fluff or theme breaking. Because what you call theme and background or flavor is what we used to call fluff not too long ago. In the board gaming circle, I think they still use that term today, but you
I'm not ready yet.
you say fluff. That's how you say it. Fluff.
I need time to get prepared. I'm not ready yet.
Oh, what killed me? At least I'm not too far off from where I died. least kind of I've broken even in this transaction because I got a sigil. I used the sigil, so now at least I got the sigil. Oh, I think I got hit by an axe. Did I? I'm so like underpowered for this encounter. It's so ridiculous. It's funny. The level of the ridiculousness is to the point where it's actually funny. I think it's a testament to this build being so underrated. For me to be able to hold myself, hold my own 10, 11 levels higher, or 9, or okay, let's just put it at 9 levels higher with shitty gear, with no Paragon board shenanigans. Yeah, this build is solid. By the way, guys, in case you're wondering why I'm like flapping my mouth so much, yeah, there are times I do like to talk, so I'm not gonna lie, but mostly I have to practice sort of because there have been long periods of time when, especially since COVID hit, that I wasn't able to converse in a manner like this. Let's just put it that way. So I'm like taking the opportunity. Anyway, there's not many people watching, so it's not like I'm gonna be bothering a lot of people with whatever they do. And it's not like I'm saying offensive things, right? So I'm just if it wouldn't make me look like an idiot, I would say kick brown fox, jump over the lady's dog over and over. Of course, if I do that, then might as well stop streaming practice. People are just gonna think I'm crazy. I mean, because of my targeting, I'm probably being already projected as a crazy guy, but why should I encourage that view by my own actions? Anyway, suffice to say, TLDR is I'm using this chance to practice. So I hope you guys don't mind. Boom. Oh, see how ridiculous this is. So you have a monster that's part of my objective be hiding in a location like so far from where you are when you get out of the tunnel that leads to this new area. You get what I'm saying. I mean, you have to take this tunnel because one of your objectives is to get to this place, but then it's structured in such a way that one of the monsters can spawn in a location that is already not way past, but past where you entered the area with the objective in the first place. So it's like a variation of the backtracking problem. See there. Anyway, again, guys, play PoE if you enjoy it. Play Diablo 2 if you enjoy it. Doesn't have to be one or the other. You guys have brains. You guys have, enough gray matter in between your ears to know if you have time for which game. If you have time for both, then why limit your experience? There's really no reason to do so. And those who are espousing that you should choose one or the other it's a psyop, It's social engineering at its worst or at its fine. Stamina. Again, guys, use the gray matter in between your ears. When you hear something, you have to ask yourself: Is it true? Does it make sense? Is it reasonable? I mean, of course, if you want to just play one, there's nothing wrong with that too. I mean, there are people, I guess, who are really diehard and are like loyal to their chosen product. And call it that. So to them, they would only play one game. That's fine. That's a personal decision. But if you do play both games,
I'm not
I'm
ready yet.
I mean, I don't want to upset anyone, but I just don't see anything wrong with it for you to play both if you want to. Or you can choose one if you want to. This is a freaking game. You should be having fun. The only problem you should be worried about is if you're having fun. You know, that's the main thing. That should only be that should be the only big discussion or main discussion in a game if you're having fun. If it meets the goal that you're doing the activity for in the first place. So the question of whether you play one or the other is irrelevant in the sense that you do whatever makes you have fun. If that's playing only one game, both games, so be it. It shouldn't be criminal to be able to play both. And again, if only one of them existed, the game wouldn't be as good as they are now. Believe me, guys, competition drives improvement of a product unless they're coordinating to really fuck up their audiences or their potential clients. But if they're not, if they're acting rationally and independently of each other, two games are good for the market and good for providing drive to improve each of their products. That's like I don't know. I think that's economics 101 or something. If they had no competition, the only motivation they have for improving their product would be your money or your payment for the battle pass. And in that case, that would be a suboptimal scenario because you want them to not be motivated only by financial considerations. You want them to improve the game because they want to do that. They can make a good product that is just as good as the other person's product, or just as enjoyable. You know, and to make it more, not to make it less adversarial. You just want to show people that that you can bring out a quality ass product. That's it. That's it. That's the one. So there. Again, I think both games would be so worse off if they didn't have each other to motivate each other. They didn't have each other to motivate them to improve it. That's the main thing. Besides enjoying yourself. Or who would like me from didn't reach the next cluster of baddies. Executed. I like that. You just got executed. Alright, where's your boss? Okay, you're there, then I'm gonna be I got almost no crackling energy from that exchange. How nice. Okay, so you're already poisonous at the same time you're swinging a bitch ass axe. Nice, we just took out all of my legendary. Is it ever enough for you? Nope. Okay, that's more like it. So now we get to go to the danger zone. Hey guys, please tell your friends that there's a new Sork in town, and that's pretty badass. Just kidding. It's a half-minute joke. Right, anime time. Okay, I think it's going to be. You see how many chain lightnings we're able to throw simply because we were bouncing it off each other. I was bouncing it off of him. That kind of took out almost a fourth of his HP, of his total HP. So that's good, right? So maybe this is a little bit easier than I thought it would be. Is it because of my wand?
I need time to prepare.
Okay, this guy's finished. Right. So we got. Alright, doing nightmare dungeons will give you an automatic legendary. Okay. Alright, okay. Get it. Get it. That's that's how we roll now. Okay. So guys, we're level 45. Not too bad for a few hours of work, so to speak. We think there are times there's a chance to cool down. Yeah, I'd like this because my current legendary aspect is doing nothing for me because firewall's not part of my build. They both have shock skill damage. Yeah, there's no reason for me to continue using this body armor. Now, also we got a pretty high roll in terms of raw damage kind of wand. It doesn't have too good of a set of properties. Oh, this one is actually, if you put an aspect to this, it's actually, but it doesn't have the goodies we want. It's almost double the armor we have. It's really crazy. And it gives 2 charges of evade. Imagine that. 670. This one's burning close. So we're doing basic skill damage boost. Yeah, this one will actually deal a little bit more damage into close enemies. Yeah, actually, you should try this one. So we're gonna get rid of that and that. So wait, we don't have money, but at the same time we need materials. So what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? So do we still want this shit? Yeah, no, it's not good enough. It's not usable by your class because it's a sword. All right. Okay. Okay. So do you know this trick? So while you evade this, you should do serve it for a video.
Greetings. How shall I guide my hammer? My hammer
Where's my
sings and you
hammer?
return.
Where's my hammer? See, it's so you immediately got so much money. Money. Okay. Do we have like shit we can use here? Oh wait, the freaking. Oh man, I forgot the freaking world boss. That sucks. We really need some of the mats from the boss. What time is it? Yeah, it's 12 p.m. We really needed that. It's crazy. This is Helltide Rises. Speak with done it. Okay. Alright, so now we can now go to Helltides. Yeah, let's do that. So, uh, my lack of memory is showing.
I cannot do that here.
Because I'm only operating on 8 megabytes, 8 gigabytes. No one. Let me just check. When I was younger, 8 megabytes used to be larger than a hard disk. I'm just saying. So wait, what are we doing here? So we have okay, we have this. And we have here. Okay, so we have addition. Stays in place of reaching. So when we want to explosion. Actually, what codexes do we have? Wait, I have free shit here. Okay, my boots. My boots is free. What is this shit? Okay, 224. 10 days. Days. So this is now shit, but not needed. And this one too. Because it's this one too. So I have loads of shit here that we can't even use. Did I just stumble in another design? Eh, why didn't I encounter this way back when I was... Oh, I did, but I had myself... Well, my main, I didn't have this problem because I was leveling like a freak, especially since it was rogue. My alts, I had a lot of them boosted. I was in a boosting... Yeah, I was in a boosting party. Because yeah, right. Yeah, there was an alt that I leveled up myself, but then the three other alts, because I wanted all five characters of at least in level 50. So the other three ones, since I didn't have time to play them myself, I had them boosted. I paid for boosting thing. I paid around how much was that? I think it was it 2 million gold or 5 million gold? I forgot. But I used the money which I also earned from boosting, so it's just went around the circle. And those who are saying that that's weak, they can have their own opinion. Maybe it's good. It's good that they have enough time, that they're not troubled by other things. All right. Anyway, it's okay. That's fine. Actually, I kind of agree with that, because in the sense that I don't really approve too much of boosting, especially when it's. But ironically, many people who say that boosting that's a weak move, they themselves were boosted more often than not. Believe you me, because especially during the first weeks of the game before they had the experience buff in the nightmare dungeons, no one could. I mean, unless you're like a top tier player blasting away 10 hours a day, and unless you were one of those, hardly anyone was able to go to level 100. So I'm not. I'm gonna take what they're saying with a grain of salt. You don't. You're not sure unless you saw them level the character from 1 to 100 in your face on video. Then that's legit. But other than that, if it's just them saying it's weak and blah blah blah, but they're open to their opinions, they can say that. But it'd be better if they can show that they themselves did their own leveling. Is all I'm saying. Which I think some of them can, so it's good for them. Wait a minute. So we have damage reduction, and what does this other shit? Movement speed, which is really not useful to us anyway. Alright, I guess taking this is better. Except for the life. What's your current life? 1100, so we're gonna go back to 900 each. Because actually this pants is so out of our build. It's not really gel with what we have. And this one, we have an aspect, a codex for that. Where's the codex? Where are the codexes? Here, the codex. So U is for your journey. So J. How do you pull up your codex? I forgot how you pull up your codex. Skills, right? L? Oh, log, right. Zoom, pinnacle, center. Abilities, right? skills. Journal collections. Oh, there you go. Codexes and collections. That's what. That's why. Okay. So do we have that? What's that? That's a your flame shield, right? Kind of. So it's a defensive thing. Yeah, it's a defensive codex. So why? Defense filter. Oh, we don't need it. So few. So see, okay, we have that. So this can go to the garbage pile. This one too. 508 lightning damage. Ooh, it's too, power's too low. See, we're okay here. See, this is funny. We have a wand that we can only use after we level up one more level. But then its power is like almost 100 below what we're already using. Okay, it's gonna be, this has to, I mean, I would understand this happening if I boosted myself, but I didn't. Yeah, that's why I didn't notice this before, because prior to this, uh prior to this, I was I was boosted. So I mean, my main, I didn't encounter this problem because I was leveling up fast anyways. In my second one, I leveled him enough to catch up with the level of my gear. I never had gear that I couldn't use, is what I'm saying. Maybe I leveled up too late, or I went to World Tier 3 too late. I definitely uh, went to level 3 at a later level than I have now. So this is an issue. Yeah, I'm gonna. This is a good topic for a video. I mean, I would understand this if you were boosted because you're like getting stuff that you're not supposed to get anyways, right? Because you're the only reason you're getting them is you're being boosted. But you guys saw that I went through like malignant tunnel that's 11 or 10 levels ahead of me, 10, 11 even, and I killed them off, and then I got shit I couldn't even use. Alright. Yeah, this is freaky. So where are the other stuff I got? So I'm getting shit I can't use, and I'm even getting stuff that. Uh, yeah, alright. So yes, for example, this dagger, I'm lucky because the only requirement this had was 45. Then I have this shit which I can't use until I on my next level, and it's weaker than what I currently have. And then I have stuff that I could potentially use like this amulet. No, it has horrible properties. For example, I have this. No, not staff. I need some sort of armor. I'm already wearing the armor. That this too, I was lucky that its requirement was easily meetable. I can or I think it's wrong grammar. Anyway, yeah, I'm getting stuff that I can't use. Also, for example, this one, I can use this, but not this. Dodge chance. This one I can certainly use because it has mana reduction. It can go with the theme of my build. So let's just say, for argument's sake, I can use this, but it's one level higher than me, so it's crazy. So I have this as an example of something I can use, but I still can't. So I'm farming shit I can't use. I have this one, which I could barely use. I had to level up one more time just to be able to use this. Then I have shit that I cannot use yet, but then are weaker than what I have. Sure, I got this when I was at level 44. And some of the stuff you saw I got from when I finished the capstone dungeon, which was what, level 43, 42. But then some of them weren't usable yet. Okay, that's fine. But then I do get something. See, I'm getting too many stuff that I can't use yet. And on top of that, they're of lower power than the some of the ones I'm already using, and I haven't. And I'm talking about stuff I haven't even leveled up yet. I mean, okay, fine. I got lucky in this role, and I got like a high rolled weapon, sure. But if you look at the others, they're very, they're not too far off. I mean, even if their power was just a little bit better, the main thing is I can't use them. The level requirement is too high. You see, the mere fact that not too many people are complaining about this, I mean, with all of the other stuff they complained, I mean, I feel the other stuff they've already complained about are much shallower than this, but the mere fact that they're not complaining about this means they're either boosting or they're a top tier player who's just blasting through content and leveling up and I mean they can easily catch up to this, or they're just not, they're just a casual player and they don't really play enough to encounter this kind of situation. But you saw it here, folks. You saw it here. So that's interesting. That's interesting. I think that's an interesting thing to. So by the way, since the guys, the perps don't want me to establish a foothold, there's kind of a switching going on. So only one person watches at a time. All right. Anyway, it's fine. It's now let's try something here. Can I boost the? Am I powerful enough to do boosts? No. You just have to play them. Right. Mhm. Yeah. Let's see if people are looking for boosts. Want to buy boosting services. We're talking about season. Oh, this is hardcore. Let's look at the softcore. Want to buy boost services. Want to buy Wrathful Hearts. Want to buy 1 to 50. See, look at this. They want to buy level 1 to 50 boost. Right, so 4K for 2 million. Drop bot Battle.net. So there you go. Yeah, that's why many people are not complaining about this. So it seems that people who are honestly leveling up are getting shortchanged by the loot drop system currently. And of course, those who are getting boosted, this doesn't matter much because they're being boosted. So they don't care. They're gonna be leveling up quickly anyways. But those are trying. So I'm not sure if Blizzard wants is encouraging boosting, but if they're not, then they should correct this, in my opinion. Alright. Anyway, it's interesting. It's an interesting thing. It's very interesting. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna. Sorry, I. It feels weird. It feels weird. This feels weird. Why am I getting shit I can't use? I mean, 2 levels higher, and I'm finding myself stuck in a situation where I'm in a deadlock because for me to be able to take on content, I have to wear better gear, but then the gear that I am encouraged to wear, I have to level up to be able to wear. So that's kind of a yeah, that's a deadlock.
Can you feel it
So
moving?
let's enable the health tides for our character because complete health rises. So okay, so now we have health tides going on. That's how many how much time is left for the health tides? Oh, it's done already. Is it? Health tides, health tides. Okay, let's go to the freaking website and check it out. Oops, sorry, I hit the mic right there. Yeah, it's on 33 minutes. Next world boss 5 hours. Yeah, okay, guys. It's I think I would love to level this up more, but this is an issue right here. Okay, so it's not. Yeah. Yeah. Uh, so you guys saw that, right? When I went into the malignant tunnel, I was in a situation wherein I had to get stronger to take to for me to be able to to be able to take on the content, mm, to be able to take it on more efficiently and more easily. But then I couldn't wear the drops I'm getting to increase my power and do that and be able to increase my power and meet that goal of being able to take on the content more easily. So yeah, that's a deadlock right there. So how much? So we leveled what 2 levels in a couple of hours. Not too bad. Right, guys. That's it for now. Thank you for dropping by. See you guys in the next one.